Neighbors, guess what? Today we're doing cheese dakgalbi. Woo! Gooey cheese. We're gonna put it straight in the middle of the pan after we make a delicious dakgalbi. Dakgalbi is, Katie, what's a good description?
Dakgalbi is chicken marinated in a magic sauce.
All right, let's get started. We're gonna do 600 grams of chicken thigh, boneless chicken thigh. That boneless chicken thigh meat is very juicy, it's succulent, it's what we need to make magic. Now, if you see a little globs of fat or extra skin, we can trim that off because that will just produce a lot of oil. So just take a look. We can trim this off, trim this off, trim that off. Put it into a tray. And then I'm gonna just pour some milk, just enough to submerge the pieces. And the reason we do this is there's lactic acid in the milk and it tenderizes the chicken. It also helps get rid of any strong poultry smells, if there are any. And we'll just set this aside for around 30 minutes to tenderize, okay? Switch out your cutting board or wash it under hot water. When it comes to dakgalbi, how can you say it's proper if you don't have some pieces of delicious Korean rice cake? Some duck. We're gonna use the kind that you make tteokbokki with. Tempted to put a lot, but let's do about a half cup's worth. A heaping 1/2 cup's worth. And then we're going to soak this in some water. That way when we go to stir fry it cooks quickly. Set that aside. Daniel, cue some music and let's go quickly into our vegetables. We're going to need some cabbage. How much? However much fits into your palm. Maybe 1/6 of a whole green cabbage. Cut out the stem part. Cut it once down the middle. Cut, cut, cut. Then half an onion. Then some 깻잎 or perilla leaves. This one is very nice to finish off the dish. A little bit of garnish. Trim off the leaf. You can just cut them off like that. Cut this in half. Cut this. Then we're going to throw in some chili peppers. 1 Chuncheon chili pepper. This is the spicy one. You can substitute with the jalapeno. I would use around a half and cut them up very, very thin. And then the red one, it's called 홍고추. This one's very mild. This is more for color. Then some spring onion. I'm going to use 2 4-arm pieces, one of the green and one of the white. I like to just cut this down the middle first. Then we'll cut them into small pieces. Same with this one. Finally, we're going to throw in 1 sweet potato. It's going to offer morsels of slight sweetness in between that spicy and then the cheesiness. So it's a very nice addition. Snip this off, snip this off. Then chop them any way you like. All right, something like this. Very nice. All right, now my friends, we're gonna make the dakgalbi sauce. Let's start off with some gochujang. This is a gochujang base sauce. Let's do 3 tablespoons. 1. Number 3. Good. 2 tablespoons of gochugaru flakes. And 2. Then 2 tablespoons of mirin, which is the sweet rice wine. That's 1. 2. Then 1.5 tablespoons of soy sauce. 1.5. We need a little bit of sugar to balance it out. Let's do 1 tablespoon, followed by 2 tablespoons of honey. We need a little bit of a thicker sweet base. You can also use oligo당 if you'd like. Then I'm mincing some garlic. Beautiful. 1 tablespoon's worth in, followed by 1 tablespoon of minced ginger. And then in the Chuncheon style of making dakgalbi, they usually add in about a tablespoon or equivalent of curry powder. So I'm just using an instant Korean curry powder. Just use whatever curry powder is available for you and it should do it. When you taste the chicken, you'll get like the spiciness up front, but there's like this umami factor from the curry seasoning. It's delicious. Tablespoon will do. Then finally, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. Get that in there. Few cracks of black pepper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and that's your magic sauce. Bring everything together. And you know, when you mix this, you're gonna smell this aroma in the air, and you'll know why Katie calls it magic. Dakgalbi is very easy. The key thing is just this sauce. If you nail it, your dakgalbi is gonna taste amazing. All right, just look at that color, vibrant. I'm gonna take a little sample. Woo! Let's drain this and give each chicken piece a quick rinse under running water. We're gonna rinse the chicken. Give this tray a nice bubble wash as well. We're gonna reuse it. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but I can certainly feel it. The chicken has got a lot more tender. Cut this into bite-sized pieces. Get them into bite-sized pieces, y'all. Now let's get all of our chicken pieces into a tray. Super tender. Now our magic sauce, we'll just put it all over. Get this dakgalbi sauce over everything. Rub it in. And then just take a look at that calling it a dakgalbi. We're gonna let this sit in the refrigerator and soak in all that marinade for around 30 minutes. In the meanwhile, clean up your kitchen. All right, after 30 minutes, let's drain out this rice cake as well, because we're gonna stir fry it. All right, very nice. Frying pan on, little dash of oil, just to get everything going. Okay. Now the pan is nice and hot. Let's get our delicious dakgalbi going. Ooh, do you guys like the sound of that? Yes, get all the sauce in. Guys, don't put any of that sauce to waste. Get all of that in. At the same time, let's add in our sweet potato chunks, because that's a root vegetable. It's gonna take more time. And let's give it some time to cook. Occasionally stir so that the chicken doesn't burn. Mix that around. After you've given the chicken a little bit of time and the sweet potatoes, our onions in, as well as our cabbage. And then of course our duck. Add that in. Carefully get everything mixed in. This vegetable is going to release a lot of moisture as well. Don't worry, there's enough sauce. You just slowly keep working at it. Now all the vegetables' natural juices are mixing in with that magic marinade, softening it up. It almost feels like I'm making tteokbokki because I see those rice cakes in the back. Slowly get everything well incorporated. Yes. This dakgalbi meal, it's going to come out $20, $30. Why not make it at home? Cheap, better ingredients, better taste. A little bit more effort though. That sauce, as it keeps cooking, becomes more flavorful, and we'll just bring it back to the top. Reducing this. It's going to be amazing. Neighbors, the onions have turned limp and soft. I love where it's at right now. We're going to put in our chili peppers and then our spring onions. Fold that in. It's going to bring out some color. And then, of course, our perilla leaves. This is looking good. And then my favorite part, make a little roadway right in the middle, and we're going to add cheese. A lot of it. About 1 cup's worth. Reduce it to a low. Put a little lid on this. Let it steam up. All right, after a few minutes of some steam action.
Wow! Oh my gosh!
Holy moly. And take a look. The dakgalbi juices have run over the cheese.
Wow!
You see this chicken? This is just asking for a nice dip into
Yes,
the cheese.
please. Yes, please! Wow!
Wow.
My goodness.
That, my friends, is cheese dakgalbi.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Oh my gosh. Tastes really good.
Tastes exactly how I like it.
If you have kids, your kids will love this. They'll probably burn their face, but yeah, every bite like this. Neighbors, it's dishes like this that's making Korea like really have a spotlight in food. People are very interested in Korean food because there are the traditional dishes, and there's a lot of dishes where we add cheese. But Korean food with cheese, everything tastes better. And a lot more fattier, but delicious. This dish is like yin and yang. That spice is like, what are we gonna do next? What are we gonna do next? And then that cheese, when you feel that cheese, it just smothers and it provides this just like, oh, hope you guys try it at home. If you have kids, forget the chocolate fondue or the cheese fondue. They're gonna be asking this for a lifetime. Enjoy, y'all.
오빠, 이거 너무 맛있어. You did such a good job this time. 오빠가 만든 고기 요리 중에서 제일 맛있어.